In a world that is just absolutely saturated with noise, how does any brand become, well, unforgettable? That's the big question we're tackling today. We're going to break down the essential strategies that really make a brand stick, from the big universal truths all the way down to a real-world success story happening right in Southwest Florida. You know, every single day, your customers are just bombarded with thousands of messages. It's like a digital blizzard out there. So the real challenge isn't just about getting noticed for a second, it's about being remembered long after they've scrolled on by. How do you possibly cut through all that? Well, the root of this problem has a name. It's called digital fragmentation. Think of it like this. Your brand is a person trying to have one single conversation, but in 10 different rooms at the same time. Now, if your voice and your personality keep changing in every room, people are just going to get confused. A strong, unified identity is what makes sure everyone knows it's you talking, no matter which room they're in. So here's our game plan for today. First, we're going to clearly define this modern branding challenge. Then, we'll build our solution by really digging into visual identity and the incredible power of consistency. And finally, we'll see it all in action with a local case study and give you a blueprint to build your own unforgettable brand. Okay, so let's get right into the heart of the challenge. How do you possibly maintain a clear, solid identity when your brand is kind of scattered all across the digital universe? This, right here, is the fundamental puzzle of modern branding. I mean, think about it. Your audience finds you everywhere. Scrolling through TikTok, opening your email newsletter, or even walking into your physical store. Each one of these touchpoints is a little test. Does it feel the same? Does that personality shine through every time? It's all about creating this seamless experience, making them feel like they're with your brand, no matter what platform they're on. So, how do you build a brand that can not only survive but actually thrive in this complex environment? Well, it all starts with a rock-solid foundation, your visual identity. You can think of this as the visual soul of your brand. You see, a strong visual identity isn't just a random collection of cool design elements. It's a finely tuned system. Your logo, your colors, your fonts, they're all part of an orchestra. And when they all play in harmony, they create this powerful and super memorable brand melody. Your logo is the absolute cornerstone. It's often the very first thing people see, and it acts as the anchor for your brand across every single platform. A strong logo is so much more than a pretty icon. It's your brand's entire essence packed into one simple mark. And then there's color. I mean, think about the iconic red of Coca-Cola or that distinct blue of Tiffany & Co. Color has this amazing ability to bypass our rational thought and hit us right on an emotional level. A consistent color palette becomes a mental shortcut, making your brand feel instantly familiar in a super crowded space. And finally, typography. The fonts you choose say so much about your brand's personality. Are you modern and sleek, or maybe traditional and reliable? Your typography communicates that, and it has to be consistent to create a professional, unified language. Okay, so we have all the building blocks. Now, let's connect them to what really matters for any business, the bottom line. A great visual identity isn't just some art project. It is a seriously powerful business tool. This number, it represents a really powerful truth about branding. 23%. That's a pretty significant figure, right? It actually represents the potential revenue increase for brands that maintain a consistent visual identity. And the reason why is fascinating. It's all about something called cognitive ease. See, when your brand looks and feels the same everywhere, it becomes familiar, it's predictable, and it feels trustworthy. And that trust, it reduces friction and makes the decision to buy just a little bit easier. So the crucial point is this: consistency builds trust. When your customers recognize your brand everywhere they go, it fosters this sense of reliability and professionalism. It's that trust that leads to loyalty and, ultimately, to business growth. It's that simple. Now, this all sounds great in theory, but how does it actually work for small businesses on the ground? Let's zoom in a little closer to home, on Southwest Florida, to see these principles in action. You know, in competitive local markets like Port Charlotte, Punta Gorda, and Northport, these ideas are not just for giant corporations. To show you what I mean, we'll look at some examples of local businesses that have really sharpened their digital presence with help from Vontainment, a marketing agency that's rooted right there in the community. Okay, let's take a look at Paradise Inspections. For a service-based business like theirs, a professional online presence is basically their digital storefront. By creating a cohesive and really user-friendly website, they didn't just get a new look. they built a much more effective tool for attracting customers, and that translated directly into more traffic and more qualified leads. And here is another absolutely crucial point for any local business. Your mobile experience is non-negotiable. So many of your customers will find you on their phones first. As this client saw, making sure your brand identity is strong and seamless on a small screen isn't just some technical detail. It's a fundamental part of the customer experience that directly impacts your traffic. This final example just perfectly captures the goal. It's not just about building a website. It's about translating a business owner's passion and their vision into a digital brand that actually connects with people. This is the ultimate outcome. When a strong identity and a smart strategy come together, you don't just get clicks. You build real, honest-to-goodness traction. So, how can you start building your own unforgettable brand, like today? Let's distill everything we've talked about into 4 simple, actionable steps. First up, nail down your brand story. This is your why and is the heart of your connection with customers. Second, build your visual system. Your logo, colors, and fonts are like the uniform your brand wears every single day. Third, find your tone of voice. This is how your brand's personality actually sounds. And fourth, invest in professional visuals. In the digital world, your photos and images are your storefront, so make them count. It really all comes down to this one question. By focusing on a cohesive visual identity and delivering it consistently across every single channel, you can make sure your brand doesn't just get seen, it gets remembered. It becomes, you guessed it, unforgettable.